Welcome to Learning Bites, short job bites of information you get to apply immediately. We're looking at communication, particularly this week we're going to look at delegation. Communication involves the transference of a message or an instruction, some information to somebody else in the way that they understand it. When you start to lead people, this means that we need to delegate to them. We need to get them to do something so that the whole team can move forward. A lot of people really struggle with delegation. If you happen to be one of those people, a couple of key things for you. First of all, write down, why do you struggle with delegating? When we can be honest with ourselves, typically what we find comes up are things that reveal our own insecurity or our own uncertainty in a situation. We say things like, it's just quicker if I do it myself, which, by the way, it often is the first time and maybe even the second time, but by the time you get to the third or fourth, it would have been quicker to delegate it. So we say, it's quicker to do it myself. If you want it done right the first time, just do it yourself. We go, it takes longer to explain to somebody what to do than just doing it myself. I don't really trust that other person to do it properly. And so what we can tend to do is that we'll end up micromanaging rather than delegating. The flip side, of course, is that we abdicate. We say to somebody, do this, and we don't actually give them the support that they need. When we're clear on why it is that we're reluctant to delegate or don't delegate, that's something we need to personally address. Now, in order to build your confidence when it comes to delegating, there's a very simple process. The first step is to be very clear on what it is that you're delegating, the task that you're delegating. The next step is then choose, who are you delegating it to? Who's the best person to do that task? Then to explain that task to them. Explaining what success looks like. What does complete look like? What does done look like? The more you trust somebody, the less check-ins you need along the way. But if it's the first time you're delegating to somebody or you're trying to build trust with somebody, what I recommend you do is that you explain where you are now to the person, where you ideally want to be, and the key milestone markers you've got along the way. Then get them to check in with you. So you might say to them, great, it's Monday morning, and on Tuesday I need you to be at this point. On Thursday I need you to be at that point. And on Friday by 3 o'clock we should have finished. And say to them, right, on Tuesday at 11 o'clock I need you to check in with me. Then you leave them to it. And they're meant to go and get it done, and then they check in. If they haven't checked in, by all means then go and say, oh look, I was expecting you to check back in with me. But true delegation allows somebody to own the job that they've got, to take ownership of it, to do what they can do, to draw on you as a resource as and when needed. And when we learn to delegate so that we can trust people, and they feel trusted and empowered and they have the resources that they need, they're far more likely to follow through. Give it a go, see how you go with that, and here's to your success. If any of this resonated with you and you'd like some help with it, do feel free to get in touch. Drop me an email at mike@thinkright.co.nz or 0272 987 523 or our website www.thinkright.co.nz.